Insights with Terri Ep.84 a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Ep.84. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Ep.84. Thank you for joining me again. This is the week of August the 8th through the 14th, 2022. That's what we're going to be discussing this episode. Now, we have the same type of Leo energy in the sun that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and that's going to stay the same for just a little bit more, maybe another week or so. And that's still a fiery energy, so we do have to watch our maybe response to people or their response to us. It could be a little short. It's a fiery energy, so it could be a little short at times. We may find that our fuse can be a little shorter than we're used to or that we would like. So patience is the word of the day. Good deep breaths, trying to be calm and maybe not reactive like the cat. And then in Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think and process, that's in Virgo. And Virgo energy is one that will allow us to maybe do some organizing around the house, around our business, things of that nature. So it gives us a clearer eye on things that we might need to do to clean up, to maybe get rid of some things that we don't need, process things, organize our time, do time management. It's a really good organizational time. Now you've got to be careful because we can get irritated when you combine this energy with the fiery sign of the lion, because let's just say dishes were left in the sink. Could bother us a little more than usual. Anything that's messy, out of place, junky, feels like chaos or too busy is not going to feel good. So just look at your surroundings. We can maybe make some inroads and clean up a dresser or the top of a dresser, or just do something, anything, clean the car. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be started. So we can see that we're moving forward. This kind of energy puts pressure on us. If we feel like we're getting behind, that we can't catch up, there's too much to do, I can't do it all, nobody helps me. All of those things with the lawn and the trimming can all turn into a real big heavy load. So that is something that we're going to have to be cognizant of and aware of. And if you see somebody around you struggling with that, you might be able to help them out a little bit with that. So don't be afraid to pitch in and maybe give somebody a leg up so that they can feel like they're accomplishing something, or at least getting ahead and not drowning. And then Venus, the planet of our relationships, that's our planet that identifies what's attractive about us and what's attractive to us. That's in Cancer, so we'd be very attracted to and be comforted by that caring, loving, nurturing energy. With the state that our hospitals are in, and on the news broadcasting that they're closing this hospital in Ottawa and this one in Montreal, with this Cancer energy, that can be very, very scary, because we care with Cancer energy. We care about our family, we care about our loved ones, and when this occurs, maybe we can't get them the help. So that can be very, very frightening for us. So just be aware of where that's coming from, and try, if you can, to look at alternate plans. Maybe you have a naturopath that you can go to. There may be somebody that you know of that's pretty good understanding medicine. Just maybe things like we used to do in the old days is we didn't just run to the hospital willy-nilly the way we do now, or to doctors. Nanny, grandma, noni, all of our elders would help take care of us, or at least, accrue some knowledge and right or wrong, try to help with some of the more natural methods. So that might be bronchitis. You would use a mustard plaster. So, just for the sake of feeling that you're on top of things, might not hurt to get a couple of books in that are just casual but informative books for just things that maybe if you can't get help, you can rely on. And with that Virgo energy in Mercury, it would make us feel better. It's kind of like having a generator in the house in case the electricity goes off. It's a fail-safe, but it just gives you a sense of security. So look at or get to know somebody that is interested in stuff or knows things about essential oils or etc., just so that you feel that you're taking a little more control over your life. And that will make us feel a little less anxious during this time. Now on the 12th, which is about the middle of the week here, that Cancer energy in Venus is going to move to Leo. And again, we're going to have fire sign in Venus, which is our relationships, and a fire sign in our sun sign. So that's doubling up on fire. So again, I'm just restating, watch your temper. Make sure that we're on top of looking at whether we're patient or not. And if you're reactive, or if you know you're going to be, or you sense that you might be, take a breath or do something. Maybe put some lavender on the bottom of your feet. You may do something so we don't have dead bodies flying everywhere. And if somebody's short with you, maybe we can be a little bit more lenient in our judgment because they're going through something too. So that's going to be a pretty fiery undertaking. And Mars, that planet of drive and passion, that being a fire sign as well, is still in the zodiac sign of the bull. So we still have that strong-mindedness, that energy field that is very strong-willed. So great energy to get things accomplished, even things we think we can't do, or get those projects started and finished that you normally are a little nervous about starting. So perfect time for that. Watch you don't get too stubborn. Stubbornness here could be a disadvantage, and it would be something that we would maybe lean towards. So just kind of keep an eye on your balance there. Now, through the beginning of the week, we have to look at some of the medical health things that we might be coming into contact with. So when you look at that, the first part of the week, really keep an eye on anything that's liver related. So if you have issues with your liver and it's vulnerable, keep an eye on that. It's a vulnerable time for that. As well, don't put pressure. Even if you are okay, don't put pressure on that little organ. So it may be that you have to tone down, or would consider toning down some of the drinking that we do, or anything that we ingest, or maybe things that are toxic that we go near that the liver has to struggle with. Just take care of that little organ. People with vulnerability in the hips and the sacrum and our thighs, that top of the femur bone, you may find if you have arthritis or any of issues in that area, they may come to your attention. So just be aware of that. And then maybe the middle of the week, we may feel a little more pressure on our joints. If you're vulnerable in your knees, you might find it hurts a little bit more than usual, so be prepared for that. My family has difficulty in their knees because of the way we're made, so I might look at putting a knee brace on that I have just to prevent. So if you have that type of a thing, go ahead. Don't be afraid to prevent things. If you have a bad back, your backbones are under pressure, just keep an eye on that. If you have a back brace, don't be afraid to use it. Heating pad, cold packs. Try not to stand too long and lock your knees. Anything that you can do that can help you take care of those body parts, don't be afraid to do it. Then towards the end of the week, we start moving down towards the calf, the ankles, the shin, the feet, the toes. So that area will become vulnerable. So we're going to go right from tip of the nose to the tip of the toes this week at different stages. So just take care of yourself. The number in numerology that got pulled for this week is the number 22. And the number 22 can indicate a collective. It's not just two, it's a collection. So this is offering us an opportunity to work on our personal life. So we should, during this week, spend a little more time looking at what is it in my life that I'm looking forward to, that I'm not looking forward to. How can I work on balancing my personal life as opposed to career? That's what we should be looking at with the number 22 in a really broad context. So it's going to offer us a broader context of looking, kind of like when you step back and look at something. So we take a step back, we look at our life, and then we know how to proceed forward. We're supposed to listen to that inner voice. That's what number 22 tries to offer us. Just listening to that little nagging voice that's inside. What's it telling us? It may be telling us to be a little bit more humanistic, to watch for mental overload. So many of us may feel that stress of watching the news, listening to the news. You go through things like Ukraine, China that's going on, the fighting right now that's going on with Israel and Palestinians, the closeness to nuclear war. All of this can be so overwhelming. Us humans are just amazing, aren't we? And then, you get these documentaries on how we made the passenger pigeon extinct, and how we took, let's just not go there. So sometimes it's disappointing to look at humans and what we've done through the ages to each other, to ourselves, to our planet. But I think what we're supposed to be doing right now is learning from it. Instead of getting down on ourselves and overloaded and depressed, what we're supposed to do right now is look at what we've done and learn from it. And just look at how we've come so far. We're saving different species. We're saving frogs. We're building artificial nests for osprey. We're doing a lot of research so that we can help bring back certain species and taking care of things. So in that context, there is hope. So what we're supposed to be doing with the number 22 and the way the planets are placed for us, and that Jupiter-Uranus conjunct with the North Node that I was talking about last week, we're supposed to have hope. We're supposed to look at what can we do to be better, to get better, inspire each other, look at each other and really see each other. How can I help this person? Maybe see somebody that's struggling and go out of your way to just listen. You don't have to fix everything for everybody, but maybe sometimes just taking that moment to listen to somebody. So that's what we need to do, to reach out and try, if we can, to make a difference. That's what this week is going to be all about for many of us. I did a real quick pulling of the cards, and that's general for everybody. The first card that pulled is one that indicates initiation, brand new beginnings. So we're being given this week the energy to maybe start something new. It's in the area of soul, so it's a soul-related arena, and it's new life. So this is the kind of energy I see more often during the spring, when the ducks and the chickens are laying the eggs, and it's just new life. So they're trying to tell us that this week, with the way the planets are, we could take that energy, instead of getting cranky and irritable, we can take that to use it, to maybe start a new venture, or to start a new enterprise, or a new relationship. It is energy in its purest form. Sometimes it can indicate birth, so people could maybe get pregnant during this time, because it's very creative. But it's the force of the element of fire. Now, for me, that's amazing, because we have the sun sign, as I said, and we have the sun in the sun sign, that Leo, and because that's the ruling planet of Leo, and we have it also moving in on the 12th to Venus. So that can really make our relationships in a much better position. So it can be a turning point for many of us. It can offer some new experiences with fresh ideas and new beginnings. It's supposed to be inspiring. It should be innovative and optimistic, looking forward. So this energy can lend confidence to you. It can give you enthusiasm, drive. This is a really good energy to just own and let it just travel through your body. An upsurge of creativity. So if you want to use that, it's going to be there for you, offered to you. Do you use it? Do you let it go away? So if you were thinking of starting a new business, if you were thinking of starting a new project, a new enterprise, this is the energy that's going to be at your disposal to lay that new foundation, to begin something promising. So use it. Don't throw this away. Even if it's something that you would consider little or somebody else would consider little, it's ours to use. Also, with that energy, if we choose to channel it, there will be some doors that open. So the opportunities are going to be offered to us. So again, that soul, it's 3, and 3 in numerology often indicates a creative kind of energy. So I just know enough about numerology to be dangerous. But 3 usually means creation and growth and development and increase. And that this number 3 that we're being offered here, along with the 22, is supposed to open some doors for many of you. Now, this may not be for you in particular, but it may be for somebody that you're aware of and you pass the message on. That's what we're supposed to be doing anyway. So this 3 of Wands that came up is one that offers us a successful birth for an enterprise, pairing with that Ace of Wands that came up, which is that creative, inspirational, brand new beginning. So that's a real surge. And the card of craftsmanship came up, and now came up upside down, which is supposed to offer us the opportunity to look at our talents. Maybe you can ask a friend that you trust. You're not asking for a compliment. You're asking for honest feedback. What do you see me as being good at? How do you view me? What do you think my talents are? If you were going to hire me, what would it be about me that you'd want to hire, you want around? How can I change things that maybe aren't as effective? So it's a great opportunity if you can take ego, sweep it away, and start to work with it and look and see what our talents are. Maybe pair that with what education we have, where our craftsmanship might come in, what type of job training we want to do or have done. Where's our schooling lying? What kind of self-improvement do we want to do? Is there any learning or acquiring of new skills that we could maybe look at? All of this is being offered to us. So on that note, I want you to think about it if you can this week. Play this podcast a couple times so it can sink in and you can ask your guides to help you use this information. It was given to you by your guides, and you'll hear it in a way that you need to. If you would care to have a reading personally from me, I would be very happy for the opportunity. You can reach me at, or you can call or text 519-726-6699, or you can email me at Terri, Terri.Coutts, @gmail.com. And I thank Charlie O'Brien for loading this for us so that we can all hear it. He puts it on SoundCloud, on YouTube now, Amazon, Spotify. So you can also go to the website where Charlie O'Brien has archived some of the past podcasts at www.terriworld.com, and you can go back and see some of the things that are leading into today. Thank you, everyone, so much for taking time to listen to this, and I hope we spread some good stuff around. You have yourself a wonderful week. Take care of yourself and look around and see if anybody else needs any help. Bye for now.
You've been listening to Insights with Terri Coutts, and visit her website, terriworld.com, TERRI world.com. And we'll catch you next time